Hi Trisha, how you doing? Thank you so much for getting your work in. Do you know you're the only person in the class that got the work submitted on time? Thank you so much for that. Great job. I want to take a look at your assignment, what you've submitted, and then let's take a look at this, okay? And what you have here, this is really, really good practice for you to go through these different pieces and just, think of something that you can say, something that would that describes the design, why it works, and why you feel it's successful. That's a really good idea to do because quite often in an interview, you'll be sitting in front of an interviewer or a potential hiring person, and they're going to say, can you describe this work to me? So it's really a great idea to be able to get in the habit to know your work well enough to talk about it in terms of this is what it is, this is what it represents, this is how I made it, these are the fonts I used, these are the colors I used, and these are the reasons why. Okay, it's really, 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 really important down to your interview. Now, when we take a look at the assignment specifications, we can see that this is not exactly right. As a matter of fact, it's a little bit kind of off target a little bit. Let me describe to you why. This assignment, we're saying it's recommended you work a little, blah, 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 blah. Once you have determined a sequence. So in other words, this is talking about developing a useful sequence for your digital graduating portfolio. Okay, what is that? That's your portfolio. That's what we've been working on. It's not this outside work. So actually, what this assignment is asking you to do is to take your portfolio work. Let me just jump over to last week's work. Take your portfolio work and decide which pages you want to show first and what order you want to show your work in. Okay, so what I would recommend is this. Go from here. What I would recommend is go through last week's comments, and I've got those up. As a matter of fact, we'll go to those right now. This is last week's comments, and then this is what you had submitted for last week. So we can see that there's a lot of stuff missing from this. Collateral design requires 5 pieces, and I believe you were showing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So you're missing a piece there. And I'm getting these straight from, let me show you where I'm getting these from. That'll take a second to open. Sorry about that. And then the other right here. That should open right up. Okay, so this is portfolio requirements. So you can see I got these right from this sheet right here. So here's your collateral design, 5 different pieces. That's where I got my comments from this. So section 2 of collateral has 5 pieces you're showing 4. Thumbnails process book. Good job there. It looks like I said good job there. Yeah, great job on your thumbnails. So you got to get those a little bit bigger so we can see those on the page. And then on the next page, you can go and then put your color studies. Okay, and then we have, so basically what I want you to do is I want you to go through this. All my comments from last week. And this is stuff that you have to get turned in because these are requirements. So if you don't get these turned in, unfortunately, your portfolio would be considered to be incomplete by the department based on the requirements that the department deems to be necessary in order to show proficiency at this late stage through your program here at the Institute. So it's really super important that you get these things down pat. And then once you get everything, then decide what sequence you want to show, and then you can take it from here. Okay, but bringing this outside work in, that's not what the assignment is asking for. The assignment is actually asking for you to sequence these pieces from your actual digital portfolio. Okay, so if you could go ahead and get those together, I'd appreciate it. And I'll get those comments back to you as soon as I possibly can. We're coming down to it here, Tricia. We have to really present the final portfolio next week. So, as I said, you have some missing pieces. So if you need help, let me know. Otherwise, I would suggest that we get those missing pieces in place, get all the components in place. That looks great. I love this piece. Anyways, get this. I would start with this piece, by the way. This is very clearly your strongest work, so I would recommend you start with that piece. But yeah, so let's get that together and then go through last week's comments and go through, since we'll be turning in our final next week, I'd like you to go through all comments from week 1 and just really kind of get a synopsis of what I'm saying and, what some of the other students are seeing in your work and we can adjust it from there to accommodate the requirements of the actual portfolio. All right. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a holler. Okay. Thank you very much, Trish.